he starts, and when he's done. So, yeah, that's great. So, this is how we're starting off our year. This is such a beautiful way to begin new energy. And here we are. It's the first Sunday of the new year, and we're already 7 days into it. So the first question this morning is this: does the new year still feel as alive with boundless potential for our creating something new in our life as it did last Sunday? Last Sunday's service was on the morning of New Year's Eve, as we know. And even before the evening celebrations began, it was easy for us to feel the high energy of the possibilities as we teetered on the edge of the newness that a new year promises. I mean, we even participated in a burning bowl ceremony to welcome in the new by releasing the old habits of thought and ways of being that we felt had been getting in our way of experiencing more peace and love and joy and well-being and prosperity in 2023 and even before that. And at the end of service, we blew our noisemakers loud with enthusiasm and anticipation. It was quite the day 7 days ago. So let's take a moment to just check in with ourselves to see how we're feeling about ourselves and life today. Fresh and frisky, or stale and tired? Eager for what's next while appreciating our life now, or anxious about what's next and worrying about it now? Are we happy about who we are in life and how life goes for us? Or are we still trying to improve on who we are so that we'll feel worthy of our life going better for us? Maybe since last Sunday, some of those old thoughts have been creeping into our mind. Maybe some of our old behaviors have been showing up occasionally in the past 7 days. If that's the case, it's way, way too early to give up on the newness that 2024 promises in every moment of every day as it moves forward and we move forward with it. We haven't spoiled the ending just because it doesn't seem like we got out of the gate with new thoughts and new habits that are already making a difference, obviously, in our life. It's important for us to remind ourselves that any change that is going to be permanent this year and in future years begins with our moment-to-moment decision to express that change as best we can until it becomes such a habit of thought that when something good comes into our life, it just feels so natural and so right and so us that we can't even recall what the change was that brought the good thing about. Every moment of every day this year is a chance for us to think a thought that inspires us, that uplifts us, that causes us to see ourselves and others and conditions and events in a new way, in a better way, in a more loving way. Every moment of every day is a chance for us to consciously practice responding to life in the way we want to respond now, rather than automatically reacting to life in the same old knee-jerk way. Eckhart Tolle wrote, "The past has no power over the present moment. You create a good future by creating a good present." In every moment of every day for the rest of this year, we get to practice being more present as who we want to be in that moment, rather than who we've been by default in the past. And even if we've been happy with our self-expression so far, year after year, woohoo, there is still more of us to express in 2024, because there will always be, forever and ever, more to us and more about us and more of us to express. The bonus is this year is a leap year. So it has 366 days, which is an extra day for us to practice being the best version of ourselves and experiencing the results. Ernest Holmes wrote in A New Design for Living, "Each day is a new creation, a new moment for a fuller awareness of spiritual reality, and a time for designing the new life we want to live." The beautiful thing is, all that's required of us is just to show up wherever we are and to be fully present right there with the intention of being the best version of ourselves so far. Sometimes that seems hard because this world with all its contrast can easily throw us off that purpose if we let it. And we let it. When we focus on the stuff we don't like about ourselves or the stuff we don't like about the world. Because it causes us to miss experiencing all the good things about ourselves and about the world. We can't do both at the same time. Like and dislike ourselves, or like and dislike the world. In this world of duality and contrast, everything is all right here for our choosing. Both ends of the stick, this and that, and we get to choose one or the other. But not at the same time. We get to choose ease or struggle. We get to choose love or judgment. We get to choose peace or conflict. We get to choose happiness or bummed outness. We get to choose, and often we get confused and even weary trying to create the good we want to experience while we're feeling bad about ourselves and life because we're not creating it yet. But Abraham Hicks tells us you are not creating a relationship. You are creating you in a relationship. You are not creating money. You are creating you in a financial experience. You are not creating health. You are creating you in a physical form. We are, with every thought we think and every choice we make, creating our point of attraction. We're creating the environment that allows any manifestation into our life. We create ourself in our relationships with others. We create ourself in our relationship to prosperity. We create ourself in relationship with our own body. In other words, we are creating ourselves in life, in every area of our life. It's about who we believe we are and how we see ourselves. And everything that happens to us and about us is about that. All that's required of us is to show up in the moments of our life and be the best version of ourselves as we can be. We allow good to come to us by being in the mood for it. And our best version of ourselves is always in the mood. We join that mood by thinking thoughts that put us there, by choosing to feel good because we want to feel good no matter what's going on. When we feel good within us, we have no doubt that no matter what has happened, everything is going to be all right. Because we feel that truth already existing within us and ready to take form. And so we wait with patience and trust. It's our mood and attitude that calls to us whatever comes to us every time. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all us. Now this can either feel truly empowering because it's all up to us, or it can feel like a heavy responsibility because it's all up to us. But it depends on how much work we think is required to get ourselves up to speed, or how much trust we have that we're already a spiritual being having a human experience for the joy of it. We're free anytime we choose to be, to stop arguing for our limitations and accept the boundless potential that is our gift as a spiritual being. We're free to allow the peace and love and joy and prosperity and well-being that is always present for us to come to us. And it will, whenever we're in the vibrational mood to accept it. That's why Science Mind tells us, act as though it were. Feel happy as if it is. Be grateful for each moment of its becoming manifest, and it shall be. It can't help but be, because we'll be right there in the vicinity of all the good that we desire. When we try to create a harmonious relationship, or try to create more prosperity, or try to create better health, from a mental standpoint of trying to make something change and something happen using our human effort to change it, our point of attraction, our vibrational calling card is right where the problem is, whatever that problem is. Then our involvement in creating the life we want to live feels more like human work than spiritual fun and playfulness. Now, I've talked before about how I love to go to the market. I love shopping because I enjoy interacting with the other shoppers and people I haven't met that seem happily familiar once we engage. I just love that. And I find it fun to smile and receive a smile, or to be helpful, or to ask for help. I mean, total strangers become friends to play with for just that moment. And I'm sure we've all had that experience, or we have special places that we like to go where that seems to happen. Well, last Thursday, I went to Costco. And I've always thought of Costco as just a bigger version of the market with more opportunities to have fun. But it was surprisingly busy. I mean, holiday busy. And from the moment I walked in, I felt a vibration of stress in the air. And I mean, I was feeling it. And so right off, I found myself and my cart in somebody's way. And when I noticed the person standing there with a frown on their face, I said, "I'm sorry." And I moved out of the way, down an aisle that didn't have anything in it I wanted, but I just wanted to get out of the way. And as I started to leave, I heard the woman go, "Tisk," and sigh. And as I looked, she was shaking her head at the inconvenience that both of us had already agreed I'd caused. And even though I know that it's how we experience anything is up to us, still I allowed that experience to bum me out. So as I walked down the aisle that I turned into, that was very uninteresting, I wasn't feeling like my happy self. So when I saw a cart up ahead with a baby in it, I thought, great, because we all know babies cheer us up, right? And the baby, when I got closer, looked to be about 6 months old, and I smiled and waved at that baby. And rather than smiling back, that baby looked straight at me as I smiled and waved, and then turned her head. I mean, quickly. It was obvious it was intentional. And I knew at that moment that I was creating a self in Costco that I did not want to be. I knew I needed to let go of the whole incident with the lady and that baby and focus on creating a happy me in Costco. Now, even though the problem and the solution are both present, and they're both available to us, they don't manifest within the same vibrational environment. If we want something to change, we need to rise to the occasion vibrationally. And how do we do that? Quickly. Abraham Hicks tells us, look for good things about where you are. And in your state of appreciation, you lift all self-imposed limitations. When you are praising, when you are appreciating, when you are acknowledging value, when you are looking for positive aspects, when you are joyous, when you are feeling that feeling of appreciation pulsing through you, in those times, there is no resistance within you. You are, in those moments, vibrationally up to speed with who you really are. So, I began to look around with appreciation. And even with the things in the aisle that I was still standing in, that I hadn't wanted anything in it, and even with appreciation, I still didn't want to buy anything, but I began to see and appreciate the value of abundance that this world of this and that offers us. There is so much for us to choose from. And it's all about choice. And we get to choose it all, or we get to choose nothing, and every choice is okay. And so I felt good about the abundance in Costco. And then I started looking around at the crowds and all the carts moving determinedly through Costco. And I looked for positive aspects in all the diversity around me. And I became aware in that moment that everyone was a spiritual being doing their best as a human being. And I began to feel so much appreciation pulsing through me that I recreated my happy self in Costco. I felt good about being there. I wasn't sure I wanted to even leave. It doesn't matter where we are in any moment. If we just show up in that moment with the intention of being the best version of ourselves, the best version of ourselves will show up every time. Namaste. All right. Well, our treasurer is not here this morning, so I am going to talk a little bit about how you can express gratitude for LEC. But before I tell you how you can express your gratitude, I want to express mine. It is just such a beautiful thing to see all of your faces week after week. It is such a beautiful thing to know that you can be away, as far away as Honduras, and still be with us. It feels good to know that at this time on Sunday mornings that those who can't be here are still tuned in to be here and bringing your energy and your love. I am so grateful for this journey that we've chosen to go on together. It's a time in the Life Enrichment Center community for change, big change, positive change, change that will open us to greater engagement with all those looking for us who haven't found us yet. And to do that, it requires financial support, and thank you. Thank all of you for your financial support. We would not be here asking for financial support without you, but we're not asking it from you. We're just suggesting that if you watch us live, you see us on a video, and if you appreciate what you hear, and you just want to show your gratitude and feel even more connected, that there are ways that you can do that. And one of those ways is through the page that you're on, the Life Enrichment Center, the Facebook page, and you can be on the Life Enrichment Center Facebook page and not even be a member of Facebook. And you can donate there. Or you can go to our website, lecflint.com, and you can donate there. And you can go to PayPal, which we still haven't explained. But the PayPal, our PayPal address is our email address, and that's lec2512@gmail.com. And then if you want, you can send us a gratitude check, and that would be lovely. And our P.O. Box is 321-294, Flint, Michigan, 48532. Why, thank you. I was going to sing it, but Jamie sings it so much better. I'll wait for her to come back. Okay, so, yeah. So thank you. Thank you for your consideration. Thank you for your gratitude. Just thank you. And so while we're feeling so grateful, and our gratitude receiver is coming forward to receive gratitude in the sanctuary, we're going to listen to Grateful. The energy just goes so well with Eddie Watkins Jr., but the Grateful, that's by Daniel Nemad and Nemo Patel.